Yippee!
Hi guys, I just finished making part 6 of the Let's Play and it was over an hour long and the mod talk was about 10 minutes of it. So I decided to cut the mod talk out and upload it as a prelude to the episode. So you can watch this if you want to see the mod changes. There are some fairly dramatic changes. It might be worth watching it so you know what happens in episode 6 because it does affect it. Okay? There you go. And we're back. Right, before we carry on, mod talk. I have added a few mods, and I've actually added 3 mods. The first one you probably can already see. If you're not looking at the screen for some reason, there is an icon on the left hand side that looks suspiciously like Eddie, because it is. I am trying a mod that makes the follower experience a little, well, more convenient. And as you can see, I can see Eddie's health, I can see he is following me, that's what the little F means. And if I press a button... Oh, yeah, first thing to notice is when you press the button to select the follower in this, it makes you go into first person. So let me just close that. I'm going to go into first person anyway, because it's a little disconcerting otherwise. So I'm going to press a button I have set up before, and now you can see that Eddie is selected in red. If I had more than one follower, I could scroll through them and pick which follower I was going to command. I then press another button, middle mouse button for me, and I get this. And I can give him commands this way very, very quickly. I can tell him to wait and then close it. You'll notice the red icon with Eddie selected now has W. That means wait. Click it again. He goes into follow mode and he runs after me. And I can change everything. I can change the distance he follows, what sort of, whether he's aggressive, and so on. All of these things I can now just do on the fly very quickly, close it when I've done, and so on. How cool is that? Now, by default it comes with a lot of text telling you what each option does, but I've turned that off. I think it's pretty easy to figure out. There are some options that are definitely new. You can tell him to... let me find... oh, there you go. Find people. If you look at someone, they go all flashy orange, and it tells you that it's a prim residence at 10 yards. Why yards, by the way? Oh, do you guys still use yards in America? You don't use meters? I mean, if it had said 30 feet, I would have been a little less surprised. But anyway, whatever. You can tell him to hack things, although I believe you have to be human for that to work. You can even just say, go over there. Did that feel go? Okay, don't change my mind, go over there. That's going to be very useful when he's annoyingly opening doors to let everyone know where I am. I can even tell him to rest, and so on. So you could, once you've told him to go somewhere, you have to tell him to follow again if you want to get him to follow it. Very cool indeed. Now, if you don't like the icon showing his health to appear the whole time, don't worry. You guys are probably screaming at the screen now. Yeah, we know, we all use this, you idiot. I've been away for 2 years, so I have no idea what all the cool mods are. So you guys are probably really, really like frustrated at this. I'm showing you stuff you already know. Shut up. I'm having fun. I can change the visibility to selection mode only, or even... oh no, just always. It has to be selection mode only, for obvious reasons. So now, it only appears when I go into selection mode. I actually think I might do some work on one HUD or immersive HUD to make it so that that appears when in combat. That could be kind of cool. Although, to be honest, I think that would be easier to add to the mod itself. I might just edit the mod. I might just go off and do some quick editing myself. So yeah, very, very cool. The reason I found this is I was looking for a mod that would let me keep him passive. And this mod does that as well. I am probably going to put a link skipping the mod talk because I've got a feeling this is going to go on for a while. True passive mode. There you go. I can do it. He's always, basically, just doesn't attack. If I put him in passive mode, he doesn't attack, I think. I think that's what that means. He just remains close to the... does it say she? She will not engage in combat. Okay. she will not engage in combat at all. That's probably not what I want. There is the other option, until the player attacks. We're going to see if that makes Eddie a little easier to deal with. So that was the idea. What I actually think I might do as well is, instead of having one key that then you scroll through your followers, I might actually have it so that if you've only got one follower, you press that button and it just automatically goes to there. Because there's no reason for me to press two different buttons, I think. In fact, because I'm never going to use more than 2 followers, I think I'm going to leave the vanilla number of followers. I may actually have 2 keys, so I can press either key and just go straight to whichever follower I want, so that I don't need to just do the, you know, there. I can just do it in one. That might be kind of useful, actually. So, yeah, that is very cool, isn't it? Alright, so what are the mod changes? I installed Project Nevada Extra Options because I was trying to find a way to increase the damage. Done. But I don't seem to be able to figure out how the hell to do it. I cannot find anything. There is a damage in combat section, but nothing. Just how much damage from limbs transfers to your body. And that's it. So, not totally sure. People told me to use this and it would increase the damage. And I'm not seeing it. So if I'm missing it, if I'm missing something, can people just send me a message? Because I'm not seeing it at all. There is, under the extra options, a preset for FWE-esque. And I think people were sort of saying, use that, it will set the damage to be like FWE. I don't think it does. I think it just sets all of the visible settings to ones that match FWE. And because I can't find that damage one, I don't think it does that. There is another mod kind of like this by Vivanto, who is another mod author I really like. It's the guy that did the flashlight and several other mods, actually. Very, very good mod author. He's made something called the Game Settings Tuner, and that allows you to, say, just simply double the damage everything does. And I may install that and try that. However, I have actually installed another mod. It's called Realistic Weapon Damage, and it looks pretty brutal. I actually looked inside to try and get a feeling for what the mod does, and it increases things like melee damage, strength bonus by a huge amount. So I've got a feeling if you get hit by a machete, you are going to be in trouble, which kind of makes sense. It reduces the speed you move when your legs are crippled, which also makes sense, and it also increases the wear and tear on your armor when you get shot. So if you're in a firefight and you're taking lots of bullets and, you know, using stim packs over and over, you might find your armor begins to take a bit of, which does make sense. If you get hit by 20 bullets and somehow are still alive through stim pack abuse, your leather armor is going to be a bit tatty, isn't it? So there's that, but primarily what it does is, I'm going to take my gun out, I'm just remembering not to actually pull the trigger, is it changes the way limbs take damage. I need someone standing. Oh, actually, there we go, thank you very much. If you shoot someone in the head, they take 4 times as much damage. If you shoot them in the torso, they take twice as much damage. Arms and legs, normal damage, but the mod changes the way limbs, how much damage limbs can take before crippled, and massively changes it. From what I can see, a single bullet to the leg will probably cripple you. Same with the arm, and same with the head. In fact, a single bullet to the head almost certainly will cripple your head. This means you get shot in the leg, you're limping. That does sound like it makes sense, doesn't it? Same with your arm. You get shot in the arm, you're not using it. Shot in the head, and you're going to have vision issues. You know, the say when you get crippled head. So it's going to make it very brutal indeed, I think. So, you know, I mean, some techniques are going to be, when your enemies are moving around a lot, just shoot them in the legs, and they should almost immediately start limping. And then hopefully you can get the headshot. I did test it out very briefly, doing a few psycho runs in this place. And where's the guy? Where's the deputy? The pathetic deputy. When I shot him in the head without the mod, he actually survives. He's got enough armour on, even though you shoot him in the head and it shouldn't protect him. He actually has about 2 bars left. If I shot him with this varmint rifle now, he dies. No ands, ifs, or buts. In fact, anybody in here gets shot in the head with a varmint rifle, they died. So, which, hey, go figure. I got shot in the head and was at about 40% damage, and I think it was from a very weak weapon from a long way away, and my head was crippled. I couldn't see. It was brutal. So that's going to make firefights, excuse me, that's going to make firefights extremely tough. So, yeah, we're going to try that. I'm leaving the difficulty on hard. If it's too tough, if I'm just dying or my firefights take a year and a half, I will remove it and try the other mod that just doubles damage. We need something that makes it tougher, but we obviously don't want to be, you know, getting to Niptim in about, you know, August next year. So, right, we are ready to go. I will definitely put a Skip the Mod Talk link this time.
Yippee-yay!